There's a minute back there. That's a car right there.
Go ahead, slide all the way across the row, making sure kids are seated in the middle. If you have any loose articles, stow them in the pouches directly in front of you. I do have only one request, and that is that you remain seated for 2 weeks. Watch your hands and feet. The doors to the right of you are going to be closing. Is everybody ready to go? Woo! Then as we say in Harambe, Twende, let's go. Jumbo everyone, my name is Thomas. I'll be your game driver for the next 2 weeks on our photo safari of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. If you're taking photos or videos, hold on to those cameras tightly. Not allowed to stop at any time for anything that may fall out of the vehicle. How's everybody doing today? Woo! I thought that's where that was going. What animals did you guys want to see?
Lions. Tommies. Warthogs.
Lions, Tommies, warthogs, that's it? That's all the animals you want to see today?
Okapis. Gator kudos.
Is that it? All the animals? Look directly above you. You have now seen all of the animals. Woo! Check that off, right? Just so you know, I can see you in this mirror right here. Yeah, Jumbo, I'm looking around. I notice you all have the urge to just get up and dance. I got that just from looking at you. Am I right? Am I right? Don't do that. There's no dancing allowed. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of background about the reserve. The Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 to protect the local wildlife here. Over the years, many of the animals have become less afraid of humans. That is great for us. But it makes them easy targets for poachers and other illegal hunters. Who likes poachers? Boo! No one, everyone else likes poachers?
Boo!
Well then let's go in. Let's call Airborne Warden. Airborne Warden, this is Simba 1. Do you copy?
Simba 1, this is Warden Wilson Mutua. Over.
Oh, Jumbo Wilson, Simba 1's entering Little Atori Forest. Over.
Hamjambu, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that. You heard him, everyone. You should see lots of animals. To your right, yellow-billed storks. Can anybody guess why they may be called yellow-billed storks?
They have yellow bills.
So close. Because they're yellow-billed and they're storks. Eat snakes, frogs, fish, other little birds if they can catch a hold of them. I'm sure they would eat me if I was smaller because I am delicious. We're now coming up to a watering hole, and that's typically a gathering place for some more rare species such as the black rhino. Unfortunately, there are only 4,200 black rhino left in all of Africa. That's because of poaching. Yes, even on a reserve such as ours, people still try to sneak in and poach them for their horns, so we're always on the lookout. To your left across the water, all alone by itself, alone, is a black rhino. Charges up to 35 miles an hour, has a height of 1 inch thick, and can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. Only known predator at the moment is humans. That's why we're always on the lookout. And keep your eyes peeled at all times, especially here in the forest where the animal's natural colors and markings will just blend in with the background. They use that as their main form of defense here. Do you guys see any animals?
No. No.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Look left. Up on the hill, blending in with the background is a greater kudu. You have to look really carefully. Look left, then look backwards. It's the second largest antelope in Africa. Can get up to 750 pounds when fully grown. Had very good luck here in the forest. We're now coming up to the Sambi River, home for Nile hippos and Nile crocodiles. Oh, I sure hope everybody wants to see some Nile hippos and Nile crocodiles. Can I get a woo? Woo! That is exactly what I want to hear. Look carefully into the water, everyone. Hippos stay under the water the majority of their day to prevent from overheating. There's one to your right, all alone, by itself, alone. But don't worry if you don't get a good look at that. There's going to be a second watering hole on the left that we normally have just a little bit better look at. Here we are. These gray birds on the island that you see are pink-backed pelicans. They work together to herd fish into shallow waters and feed. And it looks like there are some hippos in between the two islands. Let me pull up a little bit closer, let you get a good picture. There they are. Hippos stay under the water for 5 to 8 minutes at a time. If you ever see moving around in the water, that is them sinking, walking along the water bottom. Actually pretty poor swimmers. Coming at night to eat about 150 pounds of grass that can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. I have just listed every fact I know about hippos. You're welcome. We're going to be crossing a really old bridge in just 1 second. Do that quite often here on safari. Just make sure you remain seated at all times. If you have children, go ahead. Do not hold them outside in the truck. That would just make them bait for Nile crocodiles. There they are. I do see them. Nile crocodiles are much larger and more aggressive than the American alligator. They get anywhere from 18 to 20 feet long. If you see them with their jaws open, that's them regulating their body temperature, letting out excess heat. When snapped shut, they'll crush the bones of their prey, and they always look a little bit hungry to me, so we're gonna keep moving.
Simba 1, come in.
This is Simba 1. Wilson, go ahead.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red places.
Elephants?
You definitely want to check out that area.
Roger that, Wilson. Thanks for the tip. We'll head over there later, but right now we are coming up to the savannah. Completely different ecosystem. Speaking of different, look right. That upside-down looking tree is known as the baobab tree. It survives long droughts by storing water in its large trunk and going leafless 9 months out of the year. This is my favorite view of the whole reserve, the Serengeti grasslands. They stretch over hundreds of miles of East Africa, serving as a superhighway for millions of migrating animals each year, and is also home to some of our most famous animals such as Tommies, giraffes, Thompson gazelles, lions, elephants, Thompson gazelles. It is the wild Africa we're trying so hard to conserve. Just look around you. This beautiful savanna landscape that you're seeing, that's created by the animals themselves. Elephants, which are known as the bulldozers of the savanna, they knock over trees to eat them, allowing grasses to grow. Giraffes are the pruning shears that eat the undersides of the trees, letting in sunlight. Zebras and large antelope mow down the grasses, allowing new shoots to grow, and little nibblers such as Thompson gazelles. They trim up the edges. In a balanced system like this, there's plenty of food for everyone. First animal to our right is the Ankoli cattle. They have symmetrical horns getting 5 to 6 feet long, 20 inches round at the base. Those horns are hollow, pumping blood through their body, kind of like a radiator does with a car, I think. And to our left are some large tan animals known as the Patterson eland. The largest antelope in Africa can get up to 2,000 pounds of fully grown, just from their feet to their shoulders, 6 feet high. You may have started to notice some cones of earth coming out of the ground. Those are termite mounds. Termites use their saliva and dirt to make them hard as concrete. Elephants will even use them as a scratching post. Then when they get smaller and worn down, Thompson gazelles get on top to use them as a watchtower. It's all part of the balanced ecosystem they got going on here. To our right, we're gonna see some sable antelope. They're actually the emblem of the reserve here. They all have a reddish-brown color, but the males, as they get older, are more dominant. They'll turn to a darker black color. So the darkest color is the leader of the pack.